Well, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, and this isn't Alien Swarm at all. Well, I was going to do the Alien Swarm fan stream. However, there's a bit of a scheduling snag, and I'm not going to be able to do a full stream. I'm actually only going to be on for about an hour, and then I got to go. But I thought I would go ahead and give you guys something that's just as good as a fan stream of Alien Swarm, and that's going to be a stream of a game that I discovered a while back. It's a mod called Blade of Agony. This is a Doom mod that basically is well, it's a Wolfenstein game. It's got only 2 episodes here, but the third one's still being worked on, but it is an absolutely excellent mod. It doesn't run very well. There's some optimization problems, but you know, if you can get over like slideshow frame rates for a little bit, it's actually pretty good. So we're going to be looking at that for a little bit, like get through the first mission, because even the first mission takes a long bloody time. And so yeah, no beard, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because I shaved. And why did I shave? Because we're working on, of course, the next review. The next review is, of course, going to be on a comic book, and that's another reason why I'm not doing the Alien Swarm stream either, is just because I've got a massive headache from the previous recording that I was doing. Alright, and so we of course have the different difficulty settings, which are in German. That is a long bloody word. Morgen I give up already. But this is an absolutely excellent mod, and so it should make up for me not doing the multiplayer stream. And yeah, no Alien Swarm. That's just because I do not want to go for 3 hours. In fact, I wonder if I can like change that on the fly. Let's find out, shall we? Streams. I didn't even do a good spacing job on that. Oh well. Streams, Blade of Agony. Can I change it on the fly? And the answer is, apparently I can. Haha. Let's see, there we go. And, Battlefront 2. You know, I do need to... I need to review those Battlefront games. I'm just going to skip the storyline here. The storyline is completely non-canon to the point where it doesn't really make that much sense. And when I first saw this guy, I thought he was, you know, a German soldier. That's not an American uniform, like, in the slightest. Alright, and so here we are. This, of course, is a Doom 2 mod. All this stuff is working in Doom 2. The frame rate is not very good, even when I'm not streaming. There's just so much crap going on that it does need a little bit of optimization work. But we got a little hub level here where we can go and do a variety of things. We're just going to go straight into the mission. So we talk to this guy, bring him on. We get a really cool little mission objective screen. It's really quite awesome. Very, very, very good work all around when it comes to the modern work. Operation, something I can't even begin to try and pronounce. Now, the alternate history here is considerable. They're talking about like using super fortresses in Europe, which they never were used in. In 1944, the Germans are still in Africa, which I think they were kicked out by 43, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, but then again, this runs on rule of fun, a lot of fun. Also, just to be an asshole, who's that guy? I mean, they got, you know, Churchill and Roosevelt over there, but I have no idea who that guy is. Like, never heard of him before. Is it some Frenchie? Alright, and so, we are going to go do the mission now. The first mission, thankfully, does not chug nearly as bad as the second. Like, man, this gets really, really slideshow level. Kawadoobie 1. I need to... Actually, I already did something with that. I even did a Let's Play on that. I still like that game. I should do opposing fronts, opposite fronts, something like that. The expansion pack. And let's see, CS:GO. I've played CS:GO. I just haven't played it in a very long time. Also, I want to remind you guys, this is a Doom 2 mod. Doom 2. Look at all they did with this. It's crazy. You get another bloody Wolfenstein game. So if yeah, United Offensive. That's the one. So if you guys really hated Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, well, here's your Wolfenstein game. I don't remember if the Germans were still in North Africa in 44. I don't think they were. I really do think they got kicked out in 43. Rule of fun. Just rule of fun. Alright, so now we can literally just skip this. Now remember, the frame rate sucks no matter what. Just because they're putting so much into this game engine. Also, you gotta love... Okay, now, this is where the alternate history is really, really considerable. Alright, so, apparently the Germans are winning, despite, lacking fuel, raw materials, manpower. Apparently, they're doing so well, they can't even give BJ a goddamn rifle. Are you joking? They're making 4 million M1s, and all they give him is a knife. That's it. Just give him a knife. Let's see here. This is the Doom 2 engine. Well, there is supposed to be an alternate universe D-Day in the Wolfenstein verse. Now we got a pistol. We got a Luger. We got a Luger, ladies and gentlemen. But it's like, why exactly did BJ not get a rifle? They couldn't even spare, like a civilian rifle, Because, like, if the Germans were winning that much, I mean, why couldn't they just given him, like, a civilian 30-06 rifle? It wasn't like there wasn't a bunch of those. There's actually different dog models and things of that nature. It's just, this is running on the Doom 2 engine. Well, no, it's running on the GZ Doom engine, but still. It is still a mod. And, well, that... Oh, no, this video's gonna get flagged! Oh, crap, I better not look at the flag. I didn't even realize that. 40K audiobook. Which audiobook? Because I've listened to a number of those. Yellow pass card, don't you mean yellow key? I've listened to a number of 40K audiobooks, especially the Caiaphas Cain one. They gave Cain like a really gravelly voice. I pictured he had like a really higher pitched voice than that, but whatever. Also, the K98K does not exist apparently. Apparently, the Germans were somehow able to pull a shit ton of Gewehr 43s out of their ass. I don't know how, but apparently they did. I'll try to just look at the floor every time a swastika shows up. Oh, crap. This actually is a fairly difficult mod here. I'll just... S1. Let's see here. Yeah, this actually is not easy. Let's see. 40K. Emperor text-to-speech device. That's actually a pretty fun show. They really know what they're talking about in that particular podcast. And Space Marine was a good game. I was dubious about it at first. We got a leather jacket. That will totally stop all the bullets. Oh god, there's so many swastikas. I can't even... Just look at the floor. Look at the floor before we get... I can only assume... Oh god. The Gulag is going to say that I'm a Nazi or something. Even though I kind of like the skin color for that. Just looking at Addy. Instant ban. Permaban. But yeah, I was very dubious about Space Marine. Just because I was like, I really wanted a Imperial Guard first-person shooter. Also, we got a lot of Medal of Honor music playing, which I really, really like. Oh yeah, Duke Nukem style fire extinguishers. And just like in Duke Nukem, they can blow holes in walls! And people said they were safe. I really had hoped that Space Marine had been a first-person shooter, you know, where you could actually play as an Imperial Guardsman, but alas, such a thing was not the case. How you get... The way you get this to work is literally just drag the pack file directly onto the included GZ Doom executable, and it works. I got that same error where the antivirus immediately blocked it, which was quite aggravating. Just drag it directly onto the GZ Doom executable, and it works every time. Oh god, there's all sorts of National Socialist flags. So can it get flagged? Ooh, let's stab him. Also, anytime you come to a mirror, the whole game just lags like crazy. Old ones are reptiles. I don't even remember. I do know that the Slan were like space Aztecs. I actually read a really, really old Warhammer short story where they literally are trying to find a crashed alien spaceship in a fantasy book. It was awesome. They were like literally going to into the chaos waste. It was a fun little story. Warhammer has definitely evolved over the years. Okay, now I gotta remember which one's the... I gotta remember what the sprint key is. So it's not that. It's not Alt. That's not it either. Sure it's not Alt? C? Z? Maybe it's Z. No, there's a sprint. There's a dedicated sprint. What the fuck is a sprint key? Customers controls should all be all the way down here. No, it's not. Enhanced options. There we go. What is the sprint key? Quick kick is K. Well, that's useless. Objectives, because unlimited sprint. I should totally just turn that on, but I won't. Where is the sprint key? I was like, I can't remember what the goddamn sprint key is. And you need that in some instances to jump gaps. Toggle run. Could that be it? Hmm. 12, okay, it's gotta be something obvious. Oh, that's the one. It's caps lock. Okay, I'm not gonna toggle them off. Let's see. Yeah, the GZ Doom exe in the game files itself. Let's see. Yeah, it is the one that comes with the game. Next fan stream on. Well, I'm going to try to make it Alien Swarm since I got a headache. And fan made works. Well, they put a lot of effort into it. And I'm not sure what had dinosaurs in it. 40K might have had it. I just don't remember. Okay, and... Caps locks to the rescue. Alright, there we go. I did not pick up a rifle yet. Oh god, it's the flag. Can't look at it. Yeah, seriously, where did they get the materials for a bunch of Gewehr 43s? I mean, seriously. And even the Soviets outproduced them in terms of semi-auto rifles. The game models in this aren't too bad. The only problem I really have with them, though, is they're not quite as good as the brutal Wolfenstein models. This is a pretty dark room, I should say. Got bones over there, dead people over there. That's the one thing that you see a lot more these days, is they actually show the much darker side of the National Socialists. Used to be just like, it's just the enemy. Now it's like, oh yeah, they also had, you know, the eugenics and the extermination camps. Oh yeah. But that's the way it goes. Which is much more accurate. Because the one thing that, you know, what was funny, there at one time, a lot of publications didn't talk about the fact that the German army used a lot of horses. That's just something they never talked about for whatever reason. Let's see what we got. I did not remember if they had dinosaurs or not. Oh yeah, no, I remember like that. Don't they have like tamed raptors or something? I've not read a Warhammer book in a while, especially after the end times came to an end. The end times are a rather interesting topic amongst 40K fans, or not 40K fans, fantasy fans. Some people like the Age of Sigmar. I am not what you'd call a particularly big fan of fantasy ending, just because Warhammer Fantasy was my favorite fantasy setting. Much more so than Forgotten Realms or Dragonlance. It just seems much more real in some respects, despite the fact that it had elves, dwarves, and all the rest. I just enjoyed it a lot more. Yeah, Eldar and elves are supposed to be more or less the same things. Trying to still Project Brutality. I am not sure if Zandronum will work with Project Brutality. I think that might be just a GZ Doom thing. I think. Therefore, I'm not entirely sure. I've not tried to use Zandronum in many years. I went to GZ Doom a long time ago and haven't looked back. I think Zandronum is more of a multiplayer thing, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Zandronum, of course, was born out of Skulltag, which is what I used almost exclusively for a while. No, the elves think completely differently about humans. In fact, the elves... Warhammer Fantasy is very different from Warhammer 40K. elves, dwarves, and humans work together, and the elves actually helped found the wizard colleges that thankfully are not filled with fantasy SJWs. The elves and humans and dwarves all work together. Well, at least they did before the universe was literally destroyed by chaos. Spoiler alert. Which really pissed me off. But anyway. But Warhammer Fantasy, goddamn, I enjoyed that series so much. I mean, it's like, there's a lot of really cool books in that series if you can find them at half-price bookstores. Like, there's Gotrek and Felix, which is by far the best, which of course has Gotrek Gurnison, the dwarf slayer who has a magic axe, and there's Felix Jaeger who has a slightly less magic sword. And apparently Dr. Schwab's had a shitload of kids, because you fight this guy as a boss multiple times throughout this game. It's actually pretty hilarious. You wouldn't think a nerdy doctor would get around that much, but oh well. I actually discovered this mod just looking at a top 10 Wolfenstein mods. There's some other good Wolfenstein mods, although I've not been able to get them to work, sadly. But yeah, you got Gotrek and Felix. You got Brunner the Bounty Hunter, which might as well just be fantasy. Well, he is fantasy Boba Fett, right down to the armor. It's actually a pretty good series. It starts off as a book of short stories, then there's some actual, you know, novel-length adventures. But he's a pretty cool character. He's a much more friendly version of Boba Fett in many instances. Well, I say friendly. He's not a big asshole like Boba Fett is. But he still cuts people's heads off for the bounty. Also, Indiana Jones exists in this universe. That'd be a cool crossover. Indiana Jones and BJ Blazkowicz, they do pretty much the same thing. Alright, and we want to run over here, because there is a machine gun guy down there. And he will shred us to pieces, and that will be most unpleasant. There's some really cool levels, but you just gotta bear with the slideshow. It's like that no matter what you do. Come on. Aha! I got him. You gotta love how the machine gun just explodes. Also, that is the turret from Duke Nukem. Oh crap! The sprites aren't quite as sprightly as the ones in Brutal Wolfenstein, but they still get the job done. All right, that is the first level. And I'm glad you enjoyed the review. That was actually a pretty fun little review I did on on Demon Slayer. It's not an easy one to do, that's for sure. And Brutal Doom, I'd say it's probably one of the best. Yeah, I think Project Brutality is a little bit better in terms of gameplay. Brutal Wolfenstein is actually right up there for me, just because I'm a big Wolfenstein fan. Now, you don't get healed between levels. You actually got to go to this guy. And you're looking fine again. You're looking very sprightly. Also, you go to this guy, and you can buy stuff from him. Because, of course, you know, the war is going so bad, they literally have to sell supplies. Because, reasons. What I like to get is just a vitality serum. So it's basically World War II Viagra. Oh, wait, I can't afford that. Crap. Come on, idiots, get out of my way! Get out of my way! Alright, so what we want to do is we want to... The second mission, if I'm not mistaken, really chugs the game down. Where is that? Where is this one going to be? Is this alternate D-Day? I think this is it. Oh, this is the prison level. At first... Oh, yeah. This starts out like total slideshow. Once you get inside, the frame rate improves a bit. Shut Up and Bleed? Never heard of it. Never heard of that at all. You know, I played all the original id Software games in their original configurations on... In fact, I played them in the original configurations with DOS. And then when I got back into retro gaming around a decade ago, I did play Doom, the original one, just with DOS. I hadn't even heard of Z-Doom until I ran across that randomly. I have no idea how long it took to make this thing, because this is just... The first episode is really, really long. Like, okay, we're about to get slideshowed, assuming it doesn't crash. Alright, look at that. They actually put, like, this big-ass destroyer model. They got a lighthouse, but when you look over here, when you look at the ground, actually no, when you look right here, the frame rate's not too bad. Total slideshow. Well, not a slideshow. It's not that bad, but still, like, frame rate is super low, but that's to be expected with all the crap they put in here. And she'll take the field kit. Survival horror mod, image walk around if you're not spotted. I'll take a look at it. Let's see. Blood, yes, I've played it. I don't know if I'd say it's a Doom clone, but I have played Blood. I didn't play it back in the day, though. I had never even heard of it back in the day. Also, okay, BJ now has a weapon. No M1 Garand, or Garand. He's got a Luger instead of a 1911, and a shotty. You'd think they'd give him that, or maybe a grease gun or something, but, well, video game logic. The frame rate still kind of tanks in here, but it's not too bad. Damn it all. Okay, good. Also, Duke Nukem doors. Half the fun is trying to figure out where all the sprites come from. Dr. Swabs. He only showed up like in, I think, one Wolfenstein episode, but this mod really likes him for some reason. I've not tried Blood GX, although I do have the file in the downloads folder. I just haven't had a chance to. Yeah, when you do blow up barrels, the frames do drop. They drop a lot. But it's gotten better as time has gone on. I don't think the frame drops are quite as bad in Project Brutality. Also, you can turn lights on and off, except they're broke. Still, though, this is a lot like Wolfenstein Nukem with the level of interactivity with the levels. Oh, the frame rate's gonna tank soon. This room tanks like crazy. It'd be nice if I had, you know, a rifle instead of a shotgun just with a couple of shells. Oh crap, fucking flamethrower guy, run! Because they do have flamethrowers that are really cool, do a lot of damage. Let me save. Because I don't want to go all the way back. These are really long levels. Just look at that map. Look at that map. This is the first, you know, part of the level. It's huge. I could... Oh, crap! I blame you, the chat. Getting roasted by this guy. And, probably I could not beat that on Ultra Nightmare. Oh, damn it all. Thankfully, I've got a med kit. The only problem with this mod is the frame rate. The frame rate does suck, like, a lot at times. It's not unplayable, but it is somewhat distracting at times. And if you think the frame rate is bad here, just wait till you get to the D-Day level. The D-Day level is really cool, but, man, it is slideshow. It is slideshow Mel. And I can't make it up there. Crap. And let me grab that. Vanquish. I have played that game. I got it on the 360, but I didn't like the ending, so I'm not a big fan of it. And yeah, I think that is the burning sprite from Blood. But Vanquish was a lot of fun. I just didn't like the ending. It was really depressing, and it kind of ruined the whole experience for me. I'm a big fan of story, and so if the story doesn't have a good ending, it just kind of annoys me. And it's just the ending of that. It's just like, oh yeah, you lose. And then not Hillary, like, shoots herself in the head. Spoiler alert. And it's like, great, that was a positive experience. And Space Putin wins because he ends up blowing up that space habitat. It's like, oh, that made me feel really good to play. And it was such a cheesy game too, and then it has like this really depressing ending. It's like it just came out of nowhere. And it annoyed the hell out of me. I still need to play Bayonetta. I got that on Steam a while back, but I have not played it. Just have not had a chance to. Flammenwerfer. I always save that for a boss. The MP40 is actually one of the best weapons to use. This is a good general purpose. This campaign takes a long time to play, though. I mean, like, the levels are absolutely massive. Like, far more massive than anything you'd get today. So once again, I highly recommend it. Also, we have surveillance cameras. Oh my god, it's like it's 2003. Oh man, this video is so getting demonetized though. Maybe it doesn't even matter, like if I see that, because I guess if I use that as a thumbnail, that'd be a problem. But damn, there's a lot of swastikas in this game. Oh, Addie was quite fond of those for whatever reason. A sword? In this game or Vanquish? I don't remember there being a sword in Vanquish, or maybe they added that for the PC port. I've not played the PC port, but I did play the original Xbox 360 version and played it to completion. The mech suit was cool, and I like the fact that there was a separate button that you could toggle for smoking. That is class. I mean, the smoke button. I mean, Platinum Games does put out some quality content, even if I haven't played altogether that many of them. Bayonetta looks like it's an interesting game. It looks it. That's why I got it. It's just, I've never was a big beat-em-up fan. Well, not a beat-em-up, hack and slashy kind of guy. The console ports. Oh, and Blade of Agony. I don't remember there being a sword. But then again, I haven't finished the entirety of the second campaign. Business International Machines. I didn't know IBM made TVs. Let's see. Now I'm gonna remember where to go. It's like there's one area in this mod that I kind of get turned around in, and it's one of those areas that when you figure out where you're supposed to go, it's like, oh my god, I was an idiot. You gotta love how hardcore those scientists are, though. It's like somebody runs in with an MP40. They just assume they can take him down with a goddamn Luger. Okay, I think there's a Swab's brother in here. I'm just gonna assume they're all clones. Because I just can't imagine that guy had that many kids. Yeah, there he is. Dr. Swab, he's gotta be a clone. Because I just don't picture him being that fertile. Or that virile, I should say. It has a lot of nice background details that are very Blood-esque. And of course, there's the little thing from Duke Nukem. The BOA2 file and Reddit. Well, I'm glad you got it working. Yeah, the screen resolution is somewhat annoying. I have 3 monitors set up, and it keeps putting it. And for some reason, whenever I load up GZ Doom, it always likes to put it on the 3rd monitor, which half the time isn't even on. So yeah, it's quite annoying. Let's see. Yeah, you will get frame drops here and there, because a lot of these mods aren't as optimized as they could be, but then again, it's just like 1 or 2 people. I don't know if there's some topless scenes in Bayonetta. I wouldn't have a problem with that. That's sexist! Okay, this game does not like being paused for some reason. I was getting some weird audio glitches when I paused it. Okay, and we get some air, because it's not an easy... And of course, we got the sharks from Duke Nukem 3D, and they're trained attack sharks, but they don't have freaking laser beams on their head. And whoa, that was a massive frame drop trying to kill all those things. One thing in video games I need to mention that in a review at some point is doing anything underwater is like it's really hard to see where you're going half the time. Oblivion was really bad about that. I don't think Skyrim was quite as bad about that. Though, okay, now I'm turned around. I think I gotta go this way. I think. Or I might be going in a big-ass circle. Now, yeah, this is outside. Because, of course, there would just be a random key underwater for some reason. Why wouldn't there be? Let's see, and can I get in through here? No. Oh, yeah, and of course, the German Navy has little tiny single-person attack subs that you can destroy with an MP40. And yes, an MP40 would work underwater because, well, bullets have their own oxidizer. And they would work in space, but the recoil, you could practically use it as a means of transport. Everything is sexist. Huh, that's random. That's random that GZ Doom would take you to the straight Doom. I don't know. I have multiple WADs to select from, so maybe it just does that automatically. I couldn't tell you. Depends on which GZ Doom installation you're using. If you're using the one that came with Blade of Agony, it should only be able to work with like this WAD. And I was busy drowning. How was I still drowning when I was out of the water? Okay, let's save. When I first played this thing, I had no idea I needed to jump down there. And I just noticed there's a second level there. That's really cool. Now, the Blade of Agony page actually lets you donate money to them, which if I had extra money to donate, I totally would, because this is, you know, like, real game quality. It's like, this is legit. Z Doom is not quite as good as GZ Doom. It won't be able to do some of the OpenGL effects, and it won't let you play certain WADs that require GZ Doom specifically. Even the Repairman's trying to kill us. Okay, what did that open? I don't know. Sometimes it's one of those, the levels are so huge. Look at the size of that level, though. It's absolutely insanely huge. I gotta open up this. Oh, yeah, we got a little boss fight here where we gotta fight the super soldiers. The Uber Soldat. GZ Doom with Project Brutality. Really, using that should be virtually the same as GZ Doom. You should just have to just drag and drop, and that's it. And I did a tutorial for that back in 2011. You missed shooting Nazis. You got to the good part. This is where we get to fight the Uber Soldats, which are the same super soldiers from episode 2, I think, of Wolfenstein 3D. Now, this is not as hard as it looks, because they don't actually have any weapons. They just charge at you and they, like, wave their hands in front of your face, and that makes BJ mad for some reason. You know, maybe if you gave them guns, they might have worked a little better. And there's another... Okay, so apparently Dr. Swabs had, like, 3 kids by this point. 3 grown kids. Are you joking? Now, what did that open up? I guess it... Oh, it opened up the main thing. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is only the first part of the level, because now we got to go into the prison to save Private Ryan. Actually, we got to save Captain Ryan, who I think is a reference to, that movie series I haven't seen. Not Saving Private Ryan, but it's something else. It's that Tom Clancy thing, but I can't remember. Let's see. RX. Yeah, I have an RX 480, and I still get. In this, there is an Aliens mod for it, and there's several. Brilliant, absolutely. How far back would I have to go? Okay, good. I wasn't paying that close attention. Gotta be very careful. Yeah, this chugs no matter what. It's the engine itself chugging, not your computer. Oh crap, fucking sniper. Eat buckshot. It's like a sniper shotgun. You know, somebody would totally say that unironically. I will check the chat after I've gotten to the minefield. Crap. Did I get him? Nope. Get him now? Nope. How about now? Finally. And those riflemen, they hurt. Very careful. Ugh. Let's see, that is how you make a level. Oh no! Nobody saw that. Accidentally hit Alt. Alt is the grenade key in this. Let's see. That could be from Band of Brothers. I haven't seen that TV show in a very long time. Also, you can kick open these barrels to get stuff, but as you can see, sometimes they will explode. So it's always wise to just shoot the things instead of trying to kick them open. I learned that much to my chagrin. Oh crap. I'm really hurt. Do I have anything I can engage with him at long range? Just gotta sneak up here, like so, and shoot him! There definitely will be parts when you play this particular mod where you can definitely be screwed by low health. Because health power-ups are not common. And ammo is also pretty scarce as well, so you gotta be careful with that too. Like, the challenge is real. And toss a grenade! I don't have any grenades. Shit. I think I killed at least one of them. And see, look how much damage that rifleman does. It's like, now I'm already down to 18 health. And there's no, like, you don't just trip over health power-ups in this, like, at all. I actually do have one on the hard drive. One of the, oh yeah, it's just gonna fuck the game if I hold that on pause. I do have a trip to the, Texas, Battleship Texas. I just haven't edited it yet. I just haven't had the chance to. So there's that. That'll be done before too long. I've not played the Ghostbusters mod, although I know it exists. And the RX-480 is not the best when it comes to OpenGL, even with driver updates, which is quite annoying, but yeah, that's what happens. I think the NVIDIA cards are actually better with OpenGL, although I don't recall. I haven't used NVIDIA cards that much. I've been pretty much an ATI fan for many, many years. And there's going to be some new gun reviews, because I have some footage for that I recorded just the other day. If you're in the market for a 1911 and you act on it soon enough, I highly recommend getting the Star BM. Absolutely excellent pistol. Like, I was extremely impressed by the accuracy. In fact, one thing that made me feel really, really good when I shot it recently, I actually shot it better than any of my other pistols, which was really quite surprising. Like, I was able to get absolutely amazing groupings with that thing. I think old John Moses knew what he was doing when he was making the 1911, that's for sure. And having a 1911 in 9mm is even better. Because, let's be reasonable, the 45 ACP is a very expensive cartridge in comparison. I think it's like $12 for a box of 50, and that ain't cheap. Overrated. You know, there are some guns that can be overrated, like ones that are supposedly super, super awesome, but really are not that much better than others. Like the Glock, for example. Now, there's no debating that the Glock is a good gun, but like, so many people hold it to be like the greatest of all pistols, better than literally everything ever made. I used to think the 1911 was a bit overrated till I finally got one of my own, and yeah, there is something to it, in terms of accuracy at least. I wouldn't say that, like, it's the greatest pistol ever made, 11111. Now, let's see, what else would be overrated? Just the Glock. You know, for a lot of people, the Glock is, that's it. It's just the Glock, which just annoys me to no end. Let's save. Oh crap, I ended up throwing the grenade again. God damn it. Let's see. And I ended up throwing the grenade again. I must have... What do I keep hitting to throw the grenade? I didn't throw it this time, so I don't know. Oh, it's set as an item. So when I hit enter, it throws it. And the time is 7:38. Walther PPK. I have never shot one, but they're supposed to be pretty good. There are some who feel like it's aged a bit, but they're definitely still a high quality pistol. I personally own a Walther PPK derivative, which is the P64, which I'm also going to review. I've already reviewed it, but I'm going to review it again, just because I don't like my original review. Just eat all the dog food. But the P64 is an absolutely excellent pistol. I also shoot that. It's like the second best pistol that I can shoot. AMD RX 6300. I don't know. I had better luck with OpenGL games with earlier ATI cards. Before this card... Well, the last card I bought, because I actually got some fan donations a number of years ago. I got some fan donations when my older graphics card went out. But the last AMD card I had bought was... Oh crap, did I not pick something up? Because I'm supposed to have... Oh, never mind. Well, I play game good. Let me grab the old MP40. That's an Asus 7770, and it played a number of OpenGL games. The RX 480 cannot for some reason. Favorite FPS of all time? That's a good question. In terms of time played, I just would have to say Doom. I played that a shitload back in the 90s, and I've played it a shitload now. Also, Evil Bat. It's a Nazi bat. I'm not sure how a bat, a non-sapient entity, can, like, join a political party, but they did it. JMB. You know, that... I think that grip angle does have something to do with accuracy. I'm gonna explain about that more in the review itself. Operation Thunderstorm. I have not heard of that. I'll take a look at that. GeForce 940M. Oh, laptop. And hello. Laptop. Oh crap. Laptop graphics are somewhat problematic. But hey, it's better than nothing, you know? Besides, what modern games would you want to possibly play other than maybe Dark Souls 3? Like, the games that are coming out this year, I don't know. Nothing is really striking me as that amazing. There's that, The Suffering, like the modern... There's supposed to be a game that's similar to The Suffering that's coming out, but like, other than that, I just don't know. We shall just have to see. Oh crap, Nazi bats! Once again, how a non-sapient entity joins a political party, I just don't know. Alright. Save, because there's like a shitload of them in here. An American Arms, like North American Arms? Yeah, I've shot one of those little revolvers. Well, Doom 2016 does require a fairly beefy PC, so... I wouldn't be surprised if a laptop would have difficulty running it. But so long as you can run mods, it doesn't really matter much. Because there's a lot of really good Wolfenstein and Doom mods that you can play. Like this. Even the fucking cook! Come on, run. Run, 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 run. I guess we'll end up being on the menu. There we go. And you actually do take damage if you jump on that. That is good detail. Save, save, save. Oh crap, no! Hey, I totally meant to do that. See, this is one of those games, this is one of those mods, I should say, that is just... It's one that you could really find yourself playing for hours and hours and hours because of how good it is. Because it really gets the Wolfenstein style of gameplay right. And remember, this is entirely fan-produced. This might as well be Return to Castle Wolfenstein. It's like Return to Castle Wolfenstein 2. Because it is very different from Wolfenstein The New Order. Wolfenstein The New Order, as much as I like it, is very much a modern game, whereas this is very much a retro-styled game. With some minor modern refinements, but it still is retro in and of itself. And hello, low-budget TV. And more Duke Nukem doors. Oh crap, got that machine gunner. And I have no grenades. See here, get the old 1897 trench gun. I've always wanted one of these in real life. I just have never been able to bring myself to spend the kind of money to get one. I think they're like $500. Manufactured by Norinco. Norinco is much better than you'd think it is. It's not cheap Chinese crap. It's actually pretty good quality. But it's very hard to justify spending $500–600 on a pump shotgun. Especially when you can get a Mossberg. Especially when you can get a Maverick 88. 8-shot pump action shotgun for $200. 200 bits, and you can have a perfectly good shotty. And we activate that. It has a lot of sound effects from the Return to Castle Wolfenstein prison. And let's see. I do not use JNES. I use SNES 9X and and Fusion. But Fusion's kind of annoying because you can't resize the screen. And I've heard of the Battlefront 3 Legacy mod, but I've not played it yet. I just have not had a chance to really play any Battlefront 2 in a while. Because I've been working on reviews and things of that nature. Just today, I got some work done on... well, I got a shitload of work done on Dark Empire. Which is going to be quite a fun little review to do. Just because Dark Empire is way better than I think a lot of people remember it. A lot of people like to compare that comic to Heir to the Empire. But Heir to the Empire does something completely different than Dark Empire. Dark Empire is meant to be an epic science fantasy series, whereas Heir to the Empire is meant to be a military SF. So you can't really compare the two in many instances because they try to do different things. And as a science fantasy series, Dark Empire works quite well. And if you read some of the supplements, it's even better in many instances. Oh dear, Jeej music. And here is Captain Ryan, and he's kind of been beat the crap out of. To get out of this hellhole, take the red key and grab some equipment from the armory. We'll leave through the east gate. Oh god, now I remember. The end of this level really chugs down because they put in like this massive tank. It's not a tank, it's a half track, but it's a massive 3D model nonetheless, and it just brings the game to a crawl, but it's still cool. And it's really hard to defeat. Project Brutality. If you download GZ Doom, all you should have to do is just drag Project Brutality into the executable, and it should launch the iWAD launcher. And yeah, Dark Empire is less. It still has sci-fi in it, but it's very much about, you know, Jedi versus, you know, dark Sith magic, you know, and it works because that's what it's meant to be. That's the part of Star Wars it decides to do. Because Star Wars can work as military science fiction and science fantasy. It can do both. It's very versatile in that. And let me save. I'm almost out of MP40 rounds. No, I don't want to oversave. I do not want to overwrite that, because I still need to get through that. Let me see. I'll read the chat in a minute. Oh, crap. How do I open the door? I don't remember. Door should already be open. Okay, I just need to fall back. The switch ought to be somewhere over here. No, that's not to go over here. Maybe I missed it back here? Like I said, it should just already be open, but it's not. Most perturbatory. Let's see. Is that a screen of Fusion? Well, the problem with Fusion is I want to run it on a TV, and Fusion doesn't like to full screen on a different monitor, so I'm usually kind of screwed with that. Oh, I think I got ahead of myself. Because I think there's a red door somewhere around here that we have to go through first. See, is that it? No, that's not it. I like how the music just picks up. Like, I'm fucking lost. Okay, there's nothing in here. I shall check the chat in just a second. The Crimson Empire, I do like Crimson Empire. I actually have that. It's an interesting little side tale, really. Republic Commando novels. I absolutely love those. I'm a big fan of Republic Commando. I've always been a big fan of Republic Commando, the novels. And I know that these days people have the tendency to say that they're terrible because a lot of people do not like Karen Travis. Sexism! But seriously, they don't like her because of they feel like the Mary Sue Lorians, you know, the Mandalorians are much too perfect, and they really don't like that. For me, I've always been a big Mandalorian fan, so I don't have a problem with them like being super awesome, and I like the overall Mandalorian culture, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of those novels. I really thought it was the ending was really sad though, and ultimately we never really got a good resolution because she left the series for whatever reason. Now, I think the reason why people hate Karen Travis is because what she did in the Halo universe, which doesn't really count, in my opinion. In the Halo universe, they turned Dr. Halsey into like some kind of a war criminal, which was really stupid. But, you know, don't hate on the Republic Commando novels because she fucked up the Halo universe. Because the Republic Commando novels are still damn good. They were the only novels I read in the Star Wars universe for a while, once the EU kind of took a downturn. And, you know, the prequel, in terms of novels, is actually pretty good. You know, like, the writers actually were able to fix Episode 1. Also, we got a Panzer... It's either a Panzer 3 or 4. I think it's a Panzer 3. In fact, I can look at my Panzer 3 model, and yeah, that's a Panzer 3. They stopped using those in 1944, though. They were completely useless by that point. So, yeah, not entirely historically accurate in some instances. When it came to Legacy of the Force, you know, I really didn't like what she did with Mara Jade, killing her off. Spoiler alert, of a book that's 10 years old! What has happened to time? But, you know, I respected her for doing it. You know, I didn't like that she did it. In fact, I stopped reading Legacy of the Force after that. But at least she had, you know, the balls to do that, you know. These days, writers are so scared about pissing off the fan base. At least she did it, you know. It's still sad that you had to kill off Mara Jade, though. You know, Mara Jade, if they wanted a strong female character, they could have had her instead of Rey. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's see. And yeah, the Republic Commandos really are. Really, all the Republic Commando characters from Delta and Omega were quite cool. I really liked the crossover in 000. In fact, I still remember going to get that book, because I had had it pre-ordered, back when I pre-ordered books, because back in the day, there just used to be better books. I actually pre-ordered it. When it came in, I was still in high school, so my mother took me to go get it. It was like 7 o'clock, and we were out at Barnes & Noble. That's back when Star Wars used to have good books. Oh well. And it was worth it, too. Like, it was 000 was fucking awesome. And then, like, one of the Republic Commando characters actually got a Twilight Girlfriend. Which I thought was awesome, because Twi'leks are fucking hot. I mean, that's sexist. Let's see here. What's interesting about the EU material is it does really skip around from Epic Fantasy to Mil SF, and it works so well. It really does. And Rey is just too annoying in terms of her Mary Sue-ness. Like, if they had her train for like 5 minutes, I could go with that. But like, her just being good at everything ever. Mara Jade didn't do that. Mara Jade had to take a shitload of training. And in one of the supplements to Dark Empire, she and Darth Vader actually work together. And she actually earns his respect by being, you know, suitably awesome. I mean, and it ain't easy to earn the Dark Lord's respect at all. Let's see here. I don't know. Maybe you ought to put some different some different wads in that folder, and maybe it'll work. Yeah, Jar Jar's the best thing. I have not... Actually, yeah, I have read a couple Old Republic novels. I read one that had that Diet Vader guy on the cover. I can't remember what it's called. And I read Knight Errant. Knight Errant wasn't bad, but it had some logical flaws. Also, we got Slideshow. We get Slideshow. Because the engine is trying to render so much right now. It's not even funny. Okay, let me save here. Because, look at that shit. Well, that blew up and then crashed the game. Okay, there we go. Alright. Darth Malgus, yeah. Deceit, yep, that's the one. I have that in hardcover. Oh, God. He didn't lose his leg. He just lost his arm. But... it was Vader that lost both legs. Oh, crap, run! Slideshow! Okay, we said... Now, I'm not going to save again. You know, Captain Ryan, you could get out of my way. So I can snipe these guys. But yeah, Knight Errant. The Sith should lose immediately. Captain Ryan, could you please get the fuck out of my way? You're not even shooting where they're at! You're shooting nowhere! Captain Ryan, I can kind of see why you got captured. You know, like, no offense, but seeing as how you're shooting literally at nothing, that might be a problem. Okay, let's save since they're all dead. Oh crap, no! Well, it was a wasted grenade, but I don't care. Kevin G. Anderson didn't do too bad. People hate him, but I definitely liked Mike Stackpole's take on the Jedi Academy trilogy more. Because it had Corran, and Corran Horn is one of my favorite... Bullshit, just fucking run. Caps lock to... Oh, dead. Because Corran Horn is one of my favorite characters in general. iJedi is my second... Actually, no, it's my first favorite Star Wars book. Second favorite is Trip Zero. Third favorite is Star by Star. iJedi, man. It's like, okay, iJedi. So, what do you get when you cross a Jedi with Batman? Okay, it's like, you literally can't get better. And Corran Horn is a very cool guy. He's just a cool guy in general. He's a former, you know, space cop who becomes a Jedi, who then becomes Batman. Okay? I mean, like, you can't get better than that. And he also kicks the crap out of Luke, too, which I really like. I really... Nothing against Luke, but, you know, Corran Horn... You know you're a badass when you can kick the crap out of Luke, because that ain't easy. But then again, you know, it doesn't show that Luke's, you know, weak. Luke actually explains he never was into the whole kicking the crap out of people thing. Really, Corran Horn was great. He, apparently, because I did not read Fate of the Jedi, apparently he got his character really fucked over. Oh, run! I didn't know it moved. Always shoot him in the rear, where the armor's the weakest. Apparently it's not that weak. That fucking canvas tarp, man. That's the best armor known to man. Please tell me he's dead. Sweet. Hell of a blast. Like, what were you doing? Is he literally just stand there the entire time? Yoda and his teachings. It didn't really, you know, teach that much. It's like, do not. There is no try. That's about it, you know. I did not... He did get fucked over in Fate, though. Not Fate, Last Jedi. People think Death Troopers is bad? Here's the thing about Death Troopers. There's actually a little mini review I did of that novel when it came out. It's the first Christmas vlog I ever did. And I talk about it. And I say it's pretty good. It's a pretty good little novel. Some of it doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, the D-Day level. This is where we're gonna play a little bit of this and we're gonna call it a day. Death Troopers makes no sense, but it's still fun. And I'll tell you why it doesn't make any sense. Not because there's zombies in Star Wars. I can buy that. Red Harvest is way worse about it with the zombie tauntauns that eat some Sith Academy people. And then the Sith Academy people get zombified and literally rip their way out of the tauntauns. No. The only thing that doesn't make any sense about Death Troopers is the fact that Han never brings it up again. Han's in that novel, and he never brings it up. Like, you would think at some point, oh yeah, I fought zombies on a Star Destroyer. It's like, you would think that would come up at some point. I know if I fought zombies on a Star Destroyer, I'd bring that up once in a while. I mean, it's like, you would think he'd bring it... Obviously, you wouldn't bring it up because it wasn't written yet, but you know what I mean. It's just like, they shouldn't have had Han there, because when it's something that out of the ordinary, you would think he'd bring it up, but he never does. Alright, we are now about to enter slideshow territory. They try so much with this level. And it's a very good level. I don't think we're going to finish it, because I've already been going for about an hour and I'm already tired, but this level is a complete and total slideshow. We're not slideshowing yet. Also, we got a Browning Auto 5, and Browning Auto 5s are awesome. I've actually shot one of these before, and they are very sweet shooting guns. Although I suck at sporting clays. Although I say that. That was back when I was still like a teenager. And I haven't shot sporting clay since, so maybe I'll be, maybe I might be better now. Now that I can understand the concept. Oh crap! Yeah, like I said, we're in slideshow territory. It doesn't get better until we get inside somewhere. Crap! 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 Fall back! We're getting like we're getting PC by post here levels. Yeah, exactly. If it's hard to watch, it's really hard to play. We're getting 10 frames. It's amazing. Finally, we got that guy. But, you know, they're trying to do all this in the Doom 2... Well, this isn't the Doom 2 engine. All this using the Doom 2 iWAD. Alright, we're going to blow up one thing and then call it... Look at that! They even got planes flying! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! So it's worth the PowerPoint. Actually reminds me, there's an alternate history novel where ships go back to ships get teleported back to, ships from 2020 get teleported back to World War II, and the Germans capture one. And apparently Himmler really loves PowerPoint, but he uses PowerPoint but hates it, and says they call me a war criminal. I found that pretty funny, actually. Axis in Time was the name of the series. The novel was called Weapons of Choice. That's the one. God, that's an old novel. 2004. 2004. How time flies. You get used to it, and there's no way to make this better either. Oh crap, run! There's literally no way to make this... Shit, run! Sprint! Call of Duty Sprint! Give health. Not health, Jay. There we go. Shit! Hey, we almost got like 5 frames there. Like... Alright, now we want to try to get... When we get into the building, it'll get better. It still is not bad, though. I would not mind seeing this in a different graphics engine, though. Because there's so much going on in this mod. I mean, look at that. Get an epic hilltop battle. And I shall take that key. But when you see all the stuff that this engine is trying to render right now, I mean, look at this. If you tried to render this back in 2000, your computer would literally explode. And don't even think about 1993, or 4, or 5, or any of those years. Well, I'm sorry you couldn't get Project Brutality to work. That is very weird. I never really had any of those problems. All you should have to do is just drag it and drop it. That should be it. I have no idea what could be the problem. Because that's all I have to do is just I drag it and drop it, and it works. Uber Soldaten. I hope they have... planes that are as good as that, otherwise, yeah, they're gonna die. Oh crap, no! And the STG-44 does not show up in this mod for whatever reason. At least I haven't come across it! So, yeah, it kind of sucks, but then again, this is supposed to be like a classic World War II game, and the STG-44 never showed up in any of those. Also, when's that reproduction gonna get made? Hill and Mag Gunworks are supposed to be making theirs, and I haven't heard anything about it recently. That Hudson 9 got released, which looks cool, but I ain't paying no $2,000 for a pistol. I mean, yeah, it's great and all, but I know the in-range guys love it, but I would not pay that much for a handgun. Like, I just wouldn't. I never would. Project Injar. I have not heard of that either. I have not heard of that one. I can't keep abreast of all the mods. I really like the fact they used all the Medal of Honor music, because the Medal of Honor music was really quite good. The Medal of Honor music is composed by the same guy who did Trek 11's soundtrack. And that actually is a pretty damn good soundtrack, especially that intro song and the song Enterprising Young Men, that doodly doodly song. It was really good. I think his name's like Michael, the Italian last name. that I can't even pretend to pronounce. There might be I think there's a secret in one of these. Oh, yeah. If you try to go down... You would think that fan isn't that dangerous. You touch that fan, you die. It's like, okay, either BJ has very thin skin, like a tumblerite, or I don't know what. Now, remember, this is all one level. I want to point that out. Look at the size of that thing! Look at the size of that! It's fucking massive. This is true gaming. Mods for fear. Oh, Half-Life 2. You know, I'm going to review that this year. I didn't get a chance to last year, but I'm going to review it. Oh, I'm going to review it and regret it, I'll tell you that. I shall tell thee that. Because, having played Half-Life 2, you know, it's not as good as Half-Life 1. It just isn't. It's really quite dull in comparison to Half-Life 1. Half-Life 2 Episode 2 really kind of fixed all that, and then it ended, and we never heard, and it was never seen or heard from again. It's like, okay, how hard would it have been to make Half-Life 2 Episode 3? It's a boat level. It's a boat level. How hard is that? I mean, come on, you can make that in your sleep. I mean, seriously, come on. It's a boat level. Just have the boat level be there, make a reference to Chell, and be done with it. And the fans would have ate it up and been happy. But no. They leave it on a goddamn cliffhanger. And, I don't know. It's like, shit. Run. I will not cheat in health. I will be a good general and not cheat it in. Or ammo. Oh, crap. Grenade! That didn't solve anything. Winter Agent Juno. Never heard of it. I'll check ModDB. Yeah, doing the CGR reviews, ugh, that could take forever, though. Because I did a lot on there. Of course, one of the reasons why I left CGR is if you did a review for CGR, you couldn't do it on your main channel. I understand why they did it, but it was still kind of annoying. God damn it. I just felt that was kind of stifling. And that's because there's reviews I did on CGR that I wanted to do full reviews on, and I couldn't. So still, CGR was fun enough to work for. They were fairly friendly and all that. Let's see. And I will admit, the CGR reviews did increase my exposure, so it was worth it for that. And getting exposure, especially back then and even today, is not an easy prospect with all the reviewers out there doing all the different things. And give me that key. Alright, we're going to blow up one of the artillery cannons and then call it a day. Alright, now, why are we in here? I'm trying to remember where to go. Trying to remember where to go. Because these levels are absolutely massive. Oh crap! I haven't got him in one hit. Gotta love that 12 gauge. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they did actually issue Browning Auto 5s. I think either in World War I or II, I can't remember, but apparently the troops did not like them for a variety of reasons. Drink all the coffee! That didn't really help much. Never was much of a coffee fan. Finally, I get an MP5. It's like, okay, you're going to storm the beaches of Normandy, and we're going to give you a Browning Auto 5. Come on, just give me an M1 already. How hard would that be? I remember finally learning what the loadout for D-Day was. Apparently, you had your M1, if you're, well, basic infantry man. They had the basic M1, and 80 rounds of ammo. I can't imagine trying to swim through the water with a 12-pound rifle. I don't know if it's 12 pounds, but the M1 is heavy, I can tell you that. With that, and 80 rounds of 30-06, and people are shooting at you. And people complain about microaggressions. Oh, there's that mirror. Just brings the game to a screeching halt. World War I, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, I'm a big fan of tea, although I'm not, none of that stuff really wakes me up. Caffeine doesn't really affect me much, so I like it for its taste. Can I pull that up? No, I can't. Alright, now where do we need to go? Like, I'm confused as to where that other door is. Oh, how the music is just going crazy whilst I wander around trying to figure out where the door is. I don't think it's going to be back here. In fact, I almost guarantee it is. Okay, that blue sign... Oh, that opened the door back up to where we started. Okay. I see it. I see it. Now, if only modern games could have level architecture this advanced. You know, everything is always about funneling, you know, you forward. You gotta go forward. There's no backtracking. Yeah, backtracking can get annoying at times. But being able to do that really does make for an altogether enjoyable experience. Now, you can't smashy that. Let's see. And red door. This has a very... This is very much a Medal of Honor inspired level here, though. Reminds me of Medal of Honor Airborne and one of the levels from Medal of Honor from the first game. Holy crap, that's a shitload of them. It's like, these guys may not be as spry as the brutal Wolfenstein guys, but they do hurt when they hit, that's for sure. Just sneak out there. Give me all those coins. They're like 50 cents. But in 1944, 50 cents was like $50. Not really. Inflation isn't that bad. Looks like there's a crown hanging out there. A crown for cold silver. Which wasn't that bad of a book. Speaking of epic fantasy, maybe I should just turn the light on. Oh my god, it's like Duke Nukem. I'm going to begin reading a Jim Butcher book. I can't remember what it's called. Codex Alera. There we go. I'm going to give that a try. See if it's any good. We shall see if it is. I'll read the chat once I'm not in danger of being blown away by multiple soldiers. I never could drink coffee. What anime am I looking for? Made in Abyss. I'll check that out. Right now I'm watching an anime called The Gate. Came out a couple years ago. It's where a fantasy planet invades Japan and the JDSF have to attack and defend themselves and all the rest. It's pretty good. The characters are cool. Like, the main character is like this super badass Japanese army ranger kind of guy, but he's also a massive nerd, or an otaku, if you will. Doom 2016's level design wasn't bad because it wasn't all funneling you forward. Scariest game? You know, that's a good question, because I don't play that many horror games. Ah, there goes the slideshow again. It's Slideshow Mill. Blech. Whatever. Oh, crap. Mines. Scariest game? That's a good question. Oh, shit! Actually, it's not... I don't consider it scary now, but I used to get really freaked out as a kid by the Disciples of Disperal, which was an enemy in Heretic. The chanting they did really fucking freaked me out as a kid. And I think that was probably one of the few games that really freaked me out both then and... Well, not now, but that was the only game that really, really freaked me out. And that's really cool. That's awesome. Oh crap, fucking flamethrower. Tried an MRE. I've seen some videos where people eat those MREs. I've not tried an MRE, but I have heard from people that I've known that are in the military, they're apparently really, really disgusting. I had one friend who was in the Air Force who utterly loathed them. And then, this predates MREs, but my grandfather's mentioned, the K-Rats. The K-Rations were particularly nasty as well. Why don't I have C4? What are you talking about? Oh, crap. I didn't pick up the C4. How could I not have picked up the C4? Oh, you had to blow something. Oh, wait, no. Maybe. Is that it? No. Okay, I'm out of C4. Well. Uh-oh. Does that count as ammo? I don't... No. Okay, I don't have the C4. Damn it. Well. Crap. I know where you pick it up. I think I jumped the gun by going this way anyway. Still, though, it's cool that we can go multiple places and have to do some backtracking. Let's go back to Slideshow Edition. Crazy Russian hacker. I don't know. Doom 3 was kind of creepy. What non-horror game scared me? I don't know. I don't get scared that easily by games. Dragon Ball Super, never heard of it. I've not played Five Nights at Freddy's, although I know it's super popular. I don't know if I think Doom 64 is that much better. I think the level design was kind of annoying. And I still am a fan of Doom 3. I was a fan of it back when it came out, and I'm still a fan of it now. I don't know why people don't like it. It's just, at its most basic level, it's still just a first-person shooter. And it does that well. So, I don't know why people dislike it. I didn't have any problems with it. In fact, that was a year when like a whole bunch of really good games came out. Although, I will admit, that year I ended up getting Halo 2 before I got Doom 3, so... And I will say this, Doom 3 is better than Halo 2's campaign. In terms of story, Halo 2's campaign really annoyed me because he kept switching between Master Chef and the Arbiter. And I know the Arbiter's cool and all, but most of the time you just wanted to play as the Master Chief already. I don't know, the Arbiter did grow on me as time went on, and he was a cool character in Halo 3. I would still have preferred to have had Fred show up in Halo 2, though. But, oh well, that's just the way it goes. I don't know if it's a GZ Doom setting or not. It's hard to say. I have played some of the Gears of War games. Gears of War 1 and 2. I just never played 3. They're okay games, but you really need to play them co-op because they can get kind of dull. Because the enemies really do tank your hits quite a bit. So that's just always one of the problems there, because, like, I almost called them the Strog. What are they called? Marcus Phoenix always calls them the Grubs, so I forget what they're called now, but the enemies really do take a shitload of damage, though. At least in Gears of War 1 they do. And I have played a little bit of Gears of War 3 multiplayer. Just a tiny bit, not much. God damn it. Stand still better. I guess it will be uploaded to the channel. You know, Blue Team, they do explain where the Blue Team goes in some of the novels. Oh, crap! Goddamn chat. I blame the chat for getting me killed. Almost killed, at least. Oh, yeah, this is the beach. Shit. Well, I am going to give me health, because I don't want to have to play all the way back up to this point. Besides, it's a stream. Doesn't count. I don't know if game mode would actually help this or not. I think it's just the engine is trying to render so many things right now. There's so much crap going on. I just don't know what would help. If anything at all. Shit. Because these big outdoor levels, you know, Doom, the engine wasn't really designed for that. I just call him Master Chef because it amuses me. Oh yeah, the Locust. What's funny about the Locust is you can kind of tell it was kind of lazy to make him that way. They're the same size as Marcus Phoenix. and all the rest. So it's still just basic humanoids, but there's some interesting locusts here and there though. Ultimately, Gears of War isn't bad. It's just one that you really should play multiplayer because it can get dull. Well, the combat can get dull. The story ranges from like Commando-esque insanity to like really deep writing, and the characters are memorable. The Coltrane, he has a lot of charisma, that guy. Okay, and let's drop a C4 on his head. I'll check the chat while it does that. The Arbiter, you know, his gameplay wasn't that much different. I'll tab game bar. Spartan 2s. Yeah, most of the Spartan 2s did die, especially by Halo 2. Most of them were dead, because a lot of them died in the previous book, Halo First Strike. Halo First Strike, man, I gotta review that one day. Because Halo First Strike is my favorite Halo novel, and one of my favorite novels in general. It's basic, it's as just military SF. Let's say Halo was never even a game. You just had a game, or just a book called First Strike, or Halo First Strike, you know. You would be good anyway. In general, it's a good mil SF novel. Along with Follow Reach, Eric Nyland can really write. Like, his writing is absolutely excellent. Anyone else just can't come close when it comes to the Halo universe with that guy. Let's see. Opinions on the Flood. You know, when the Flood first showed up in Halo Combat Evolved, I thought the Xenomorphs was going to show up for a second. I was like, what's this new enemy that's showing up midway into the game, you know? It's like, because when you play the game, it's never even hinted upon. It's just, boom, they're there. And since I never followed any of the trailers or anything on the internet, I had no idea the Flood were even going to be a thing, which was pretty cool. God damn it. Shit. Good thing I just saved, though. Grandville? I have not heard of Grandville. And H.P. Lovecraft, not bad. ODST stories, I have not really read much of those. I did play Halo 3 ODST and didn't think it was bad. I played that co-op. Halo 3 ODST, though, I mean, you know they're reaching when they have to do that, though. But it was still Bungie. I still think it was Bungie. Although I do find it funny that the ODST visor was more advanced than Mjolnir with the night vision. Mjolnir, all you get from that is a flashlight. Like, what kind of sense does that make? But, yeah, it's a video game, whatever. Now that's cool. Actually having an ODST costume. I actually got my picture taken with a guy in that armor. And yeah, the Halo pistol is an awesome gun. It's supposed to be a PDW. Makes me wonder what that would do to like a Terminator. Because it's semi-armor piercing 50 caliber ammo. Imagine it'd probably fuck it up. And Halo 3 ODST is very much the console equivalent to a expansion pack. Because like, it really wasn't much of a standalone kind of thing. Let's see, will I be able to survive that fall? Yes. Halo 3, I think, is the second best Halo game of all time. Halo 2 just, yeah, I didn't like it that much because of the plot. But Halo 1 still stands up today, I think. It is excellent. It's not super amazing game of the year all years, but it's still pretty high quality. And eventually, I need to watch some of those latter-day Halo movies. We never got, like, it's a general Halo movie based on Combat Evolved. But I really don't have a problem with that, if only because I get the feeling that a Halo movie would end up... They'd probably make Master Chief, like... I'm trying to think what they'd do to Master Chief. They'd probably make him, like, a naval... Well, I guess he is. I'm trying to think. They'd make him a Marine. There we go. They'd make him a Marine versus a Space SEAL. And, like, they'd make it to where he wasn't actually augmented in any way. Expansion pack. Yeah, those are the days. Hey, you never know. If you went to Space City Con 2013, then that might have been you. Because it was an ODST go there. I went as a Starfleet officer, a late 23rd century Starfleet officer, and enjoyed. God damn it! And enjoyed myself immensely. I even got my picture taken with a guy dressed as the Predator, a really nice Predator costume at that. And hell, I even got my picture taken with two really cool guys dressed up as Klingons. Like, they were into it. I wasn't really expecting it either. I thought it was just like, oh, they're just going to take a picture. But they actually got into it. It was really fun. Because it's always good to go to a con where the people actually... Oh, damn it, I'm out of C4. Yeah, well, fuck it. Shit, no! I'm okay. I'm still alive. And see a crow. Bokomo Halo guns. I haven't really seen those, actually. I have considered getting a, like a 3D printout of the MA5B. That's my favorite Halo gun of all time. Call of Cthulhu coming out. I have not seen, I've not seen that, another Call of Cthulhu game. I have not paid much attention to that, to be perfectly honest. And I didn't see the link, but then again, I do get a whole bunch of links, so it's kind of hard to see all of them. And just sneak right through there. Oh, did I really do... Okay, we know what? Give me some health. And no clip. I ain't waiting for that elevator. I'll take the damage. Wait, did I teleport back? Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. Okay, I need to go back down there. New York Comic Con. I've heard those actually get pretty good. I just went to Space City Con once. And it was great fun. Everyone really got into it. And it was a nice, it wasn't too big, which can always be a problem when it comes to those things where there's like thousands upon thousands of people there. I do remember that everyone wanted to see the guy who played the Green Ranger. I forget his name at the moment. Everybody wanted to see that guy. I did not actually want to see him all that much, and I didn't. I was more interested in some of the Star Trek actors. Smash Brothers. I have played the first and second games. I never was... yeah, Jason David Frank. I never was that into the Smash Brothers games. I thought they were okay. But that must have been a complex costume. What is this? A convention center for ants? Alright, so we want to go back down here. And we're going to go through that door and see where it leads. And then I'm going to call it a day because I am fatigued. Okay, that's nothing. And I don't want to find that fucking C4. Ah, there goes the... there goes the frame rate. And then then the frame rate's back. So long as I don't look that way. I guess I could have finished the level had I found the extra C4, but oh well. Basically, BJ wins. Alright. Let's see. What game will I play next with the fans? You don't have to buy the next game. The next game is Alien Swarm Reactive Drop. I was going to do that today, but I couldn't go with like the full 3 hours. So that's why I played this. Alien Swarm Reactive Drop is like Alien Swarm, but it is... it's got more levels. That's what it has. Alien Swarm was actually one of the first games I ever played on Steam. I had to buy AVP Classic 2000 just to play it. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am GeneralLotz. I hope you guys enjoyed Blade of Agony. And I am going to wish you good Wolfenstein 3D and Wolfenstein Spirit Destiny, or whatever makes you happy.